Hey followers, what's up? And welcome to Maine. Today I'm taking you on a little trip to the United States of America, and we're going to Maine. To be more specific, a little tiny town you've probably not heard of. A little place called Storybrooke. Sorry, I've done this video like 5 times, you've interrupted me. So I throat hurts now. So, the theory I've got, it's not theory, the information I'm going to explode your mind with today is all about one very essential character to the show. You know him as Henry Daniiel Mills. But his life and his heritage is so much more complicated than just that. Let's start, shall we? His name is Henry. His mother is Emma Swan and his father is Bellfire. Now, both sides of the tree, very extensive. So let's start with Emma. And I'm not going back all generations, I mean I could. Can't be bothered. I think I'm going as far back as I'm going as far back as great grandparents, and then I'm stopping because I could be here all day. Right, so we have Emma's parents are Snow White and Prince Charming. Well, the second Prince Charming. You see, there was 2 Prince Charmings. There was the Prince Charming that slayed a dragon. No, slayed a dragon. Tried to anyway, called James, but the Prince Charming was known as called David. But James and David are twin brothers, born to a poor farmer, and she gave one of her kids to Rumpelstiltskin, who we'll meet later, and he gave the child to the king. And then once James died, they needed Charming to marry someone called Abigail to unite kingdoms. King Midas, the one that can turn things into gold just by touch. God, I wish I could turn everything into gold, which that's actually awesome. So they had to get those two to marry to unite kingdoms. So they went, right, I need a new son. Get the twin brother. So Rumpel went and got the twin brother. But not before the twin brother, David, had helped Anna from Frozen. Everything connects to Henry here. Oh my god, everything connects to Henry. So this is even more that's on my sheet. I'm just blathering now, sorry. So now, on to Snow. Snow White is the daughter of the King and Queen. I don't know their names, I'm terribly sorry. Then the mum, the Queen, she sadly dies. And Snow realises she has to be a much, much better person than she was before. Doesn't work out that way though. For now anyway. So then the dad remarries. He marries Regina. But Regina was in love with a stable boy called Daniel, who her mum Cora killed because Snow White told Cora that Regina and him are in love and going to run away together. And yeah, it's all very sad. So now, Regina's mother is King Henry, and Cora. Now Cora, before she was with Henry, had another daughter called Selena. We think this child is with Rumpelstiltskin, but we can't be certain. Speaking of Rumpel, let's go over to the father's side. Neil, or Bellfire. Bellfire is the son of Rumpelstiltskin and his wife Mila. Back when Rumpelstiltskin was still Rumpelstiltskin, not the Dark One. The Dark One is the one you see in the fairy tale where he has all the magic power and can spin gold and that sort of stuff, alright? So that happens. Then his son, Bellfire, is drafted into the Ogre Wars. And he's like, no, not my son. So they go to run away, and then they find some old guy, and Wumple kills him. Turns out that was a Dark One, and then Wumple becomes the Dark One, and suddenly has all these magic powers. It's very complicated. I'm not going to go into any more detail. So Mila gets upset with Wumple about all these powers from that, and she leaves him, and she gets with Captain Hook. You know, Peter Pan. Speaking of Peter Pan, he's Rumpelstiltskin's father. I know, right? And Rumpelstiltskin marries Belle, you know, from Beauty and the Beast. Well, actually, first he takes her away as like payment for stopping ogres or something. But then they start to fall in love. And Belle smashes a cup, drops a cup by accident, and a little chip comes out of it, and it's like Chip from Beauty and the Beast. This thing's full of Easter eggs. But then Wumple becomes too consumed by the darkness, and eventually Belle leaves him, and Belle ends up with Will, which is one of Robin Hood's merry men. Now, Emma gave Henry up when he was just a baby through a closed adoption, and Bellfire didn't even know about him having a son. Now, just so happened, Henry was adopted by his step-great-grandmother, Regina, aka the Evil Queen. As I said, Regina was in love with Daniel, and then he died. And Regina married the king, and then the king died. And then Regina fell, and then many years later, back in Storybook, Regina fell in love with Robin Hood, who Tinkerbell had actually showed her many years ago that he was her destiny, her true love that could make her happy forever. And as we all know, Robin Hood marries Marian, and they had a son called Roland, and then Marian died. And then we thought Marian came back to life, but it was actually Zelena, the Wicked Witch of the West? The one that doesn't get crushed at the start of Wizard of Oz, that one. So she... And I know that's not her name in the musical, but just go with it, okay? Please, don't give me stuff that... But that's not her name in the musical. My sister's already given me all that. So yes. Right, so yeah. So it's not actually Marian that comes back to life, it's Zelena. She's just disguised as Marian. So Robin Hood and Zelena and Roland go to the real, I mean they're all in the real world, but they're stuck in Storybook. So they go to New York because Melina's heart has been... Melina? God, I'm making up characters now. Zelena, as Marian's heart has been frozen by ice by... I want to say Elsa, but it's not Elsa, by Elsa's aunt. That's a completely different video. But then Regina finds out that it's Zelena. So she goes back to get Robin, and it turns out Zelena is pregnant with Robin's baby. So Henry's adoptive mother, who's also his step great grandmother, sister, is pregnant with her sister's boyfriend's child. It's all very confusing. Oh, and Snow and Sharon have another baby called Neil. And that's just Henry's family. That's just like a few generations of Henry's family. You can imagine how complicated it is when you go everywhere, like everyone's connected. And when Emma slept with the sheriff a couple of times, I think. Everyone's connected in one way or another, and yeah. The world is rather crazy. I might do a full video on everyone's connections if enough people like this video. So if you like this video, please like and comment down below if you have any other shows you want me to do. I'd happily watch them on Netflix and do something about them for you. If you want more Once Upon a Time stuff, or more Sherlock stuff, or you know, just whatever, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to oblige. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you once upon a time, followers.